So my first question is, what path are you taking and why?
I'm taking. I think I just hit red and then I immediately gank on 3 for bot lane because I'm queued with the bot lane.
Okay, but how do you get level 3? Is it red Raptors Krugs then?
I believe that's usually what I do, but I'm not sure if I went red Krugs Raptors mid.
Okay, both sound fun.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Both sound
Most
fun.
of the time in my ranked games, I'll try to gank level 3 because I usually play like pretty gank heavy jugglers.
Yeah. Okay. And how healthy is your clear after 3 camps?
It's not healthy at all.
Like you're less
on
than
Zeri.
half.
On Zeri, it's not healthy.
On Zeri, yeah. Okay, so you're less than half
but
HP.
On most other champs, I usually have a decent clear.
Oh no, yeah, I'm just asking in this game for Zeri now. Okay, so then you kind of have to worry. Wait, when you're level 3, bot's gonna be level 2. The only thing you kind of have to worry about is like them killing you if you're low, because if Leona lands her E on you, right, and then she has Ignite, and they just they could burst you. Do you think about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I see you have Ghost, so you probably use it to dodge things pretty well. I mean, you can dance around them with the Ghost. So yeah, if you have the mechanics, I can see it working. Okay, so that's your plan this game, right? 3 camps, gank bot.
I believe so. Okay. That's what that's what I usually do most games. I'm not sure what happens in this clip.
Oh, okay. No, I'm wondering. Do you just make that plan regardless of the champions in the game, or what?
Yeah, usually.
Okay, so usually you decide where to gank based on like how what's the chance of it actually working. Like, if you had Leona, Leona really helps you, right? But since you have like a what do you call it, Lulu doesn't really help that much in the gank. Granted, Ashe is pretty good to help you set up with the slows. But like it's things like that you usually want to take into account. And this game, I don't see the bot gank working. Like, I mean, right now it might work, obviously, depending on what happens. But right now, I don't see it working because usually Ashe Lulu lanes push in to they're pretty strong at getting the push level 1, to get level 2 first. And then they get level 2 while Leona and Ezreal are still level 1, so they get to push even more because Leona and Ezreal, they just cannot contest against an Ashe Lulu early game. You did say you were playing with your bot lane, right? So if you told them,
I was queued with them.
If you told them, I'm gonna gank bot, don't push your lane, then I can see it working. But normally, like in solo queue game, like this, a bot lane gank should not work for you, because of what I said, right? That Lulu Ashe should be pushing them, just at least by level the early game. So yeah, where I think I actually don't know what Tom Kench levels. When does he level his W? But top lane looks like your most likely lane that you can actually gank because Mord has a pull. And Mord usually gets the pull level 2. Well, it depends. Sometimes he does get level 3, but there's a good chance you can gank top at level 3 as well. So I would tell you to open your mind. So because what you told me was, you told me you always do this path, right? You always do red buff start into gank. I would suggest opening your mind to possibly ganking top level 3. So you can still do red, right? You can still do red Krugs Raptors and then gank top. Or there's other paths like red Wolves Blue, gank top, or red Raptors Gromp, gank top, or red Blue Gromp, gank top, right? There's many paths, but there's that you can think about opening your mind to be more open-minded to different paths, like that. And about mid, I was thinking about mid, but let's see. Mid looks okay. I mean, Yasuo's, if you know about the champions in the game, like Yasuo tends to push the lane. Kind of how his champion works. Like when in order to dash, he has to dash through minions, which pushes the lane. And he usually likes Doran's Blade, which gives him lifesteal, so he has more reasons to want to auto the minions. And Yasuo's in general, he wins most 1v1 matchups, especially against So in this case, he doesn't though. It's against Cassante. So never mind. I'll change my mind. This is Cassante. He wins against like mages usually and things like that. And AP assassins. But
Yeah,
Cassante.
I don't know if my team plays that well in this game. I don't. I think the Mordekaiser was pretty new,
Okay.
like around like level 30-ish.
Okay. Yeah. The thing is, like, what do you call it? I like to talk about the game how it should be played, but I do recognize that lower elos and higher elos they do play differently. I do recognize that. So I like to talk about both though. So I'll tell you like how it should be, and then I'll also take into account that yes, low elo might not play like that. Like in low elo, the Ezreal, Leona, they could push in your Ashe and Lulu. Some if you especially talking about very low elos, sometimes Lulus they sit back. Like they're like enchanter supports in general, new enchanter supports, they're scared or they don't know how to play the game. Like enchanters are actually very strong early game compared to tank supports like Leona. So Lulu is actually very strong right now. But if she doesn't know she's strong, like in low elo, then yeah. That's why I don't want to give you 100% advice. I'm just telling you how the game should be. Which is Lulu and Ashe should push Leona in. That's how it should be. That's why you don't plan to gank bot early at least, and you either look top or mid. And my suggestion is, both could be fine. I think Cassante is actually pretty good into Yasuo, so there could be something going on there. But I think more ideally, I would look at top. Yeah. Do you have any other thoughts? We're just talking about our initial path right now.
Yeah. I think a tendency I have is I invade.
Okay, but
like off rip. I'm
do you
pretty sure
invade?
I get kill here.
Invade with Zeri? With Zeri?
It doesn't matter the champ.
Okay.
I'll invade.
So you got to think about what champ they are too, right? So Nunu is pretty hard to invade. You know why?
Just with like her Q.
Nunu. Oh yeah. Nunu's Q. Like so his Q makes it so that you're never gonna outsmite him. It also makes it so that he's healthy. Like he's not gonna be low HP, right? So not only his Q, his W and E make it so that you'll never catch him. Like Zeri, what's your CC? You have one little slow, right? That's it. You're not gonna catch a Nunu if he wants to run away. Not only that, there's a good chance he actually beats you 1v1. Like he doesn't have to run away, in my opinion. It depends like how you find him and things like that, and if you can kite him. But it is harder to kite in the jungle because of the bushes, right? So actually with Zeri, she can actually Q through the bushes, so she's a little different. But it really depends. So and Nunu can lock you down for a long time. So when you're in the jungle, in the enemy jungle, it's easier for the enemy laners to rotate than it is for your laners, generally speaking. So if Nunu locks you down long enough and he calls his laners over, it could be trouble. But I know you have your which ability is it the E, right? The E dashes over the walls, so you do have a good escape if things go bad. So I do see the value in it. But
I'm specifically talking about like invading like at the game start.
Oh, level 1. Are you talking about level 1?
Yeah. How much level 1 invades.
Okay. Yeah, Zeri's pretty good level 1, so... So, I mean, you gotta think about all the champions when you do level 1. Which camp are you thinking about invading level 1? Blue buff or red buff?
From this start, it'd be their blue buff.
Okay.
And then, vice versa. Like, I'm gonna invade the mirrored jungle.
What time... Do you have a specific plan? Like, can you tell me the details of your invade? Yeah.
I walk...
This way? Wait, which way?
Right. Yeah, I just run straight down into this bush and I wait for the team, ping a couple times, and then when they're all here, path around, and then kill.
Okay. I mean that's the most basic invade I would say. Do you have a specific time in mind or no time? Just
no, there's no time. It's just whenever the whole team's there, I go.
Okay, that's very basic invade. So if you're gonna do something like that, something that basic, you really need to think about, do you actually even win level 1? So let's think about that. Do you only do the invade with 5, or if you have 4 or 3 people, would you still go for it?
I'll go with it with just 3, just the bot lane. If
Okay.
the mid laner's AFK mid,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
top laner goes.
Definitely has a high chance of working in low elo. Very low chance
Oh,
of
yeah.
working in high elo. This kind of invade. But
Mhm.
okay, so you still need to think about the matchups. So the least important matchup is top, right? Because top usually is just top. But sometimes top laners actually do go bot like in the early game to defend jungle or invade. So right now, let me think. Who's the better top laner here? Level 1. Tom Kench would get his Q usually. Mord would get his Q usually. Mord could level his E. So if Mord levels his E, then it's really good. If Mord gets Q, it's okay. Okay, that's fine. Then you look at jungle. You versus Nunu. I would say you have the advantage because you can keep poking with Qs. While it depends on what he levels. Sometimes they level W, but most of the time they start Q. So his Q doesn't really do much. I mean, it helps him sustain in the melee range, but I would say you have the advantage there as well. So you're winning in 2 places. Mid lane, you're winning as well because Cassante is way stronger than Yasuo level 1. I mean, even past level 1, he's stronger as well. So Cassante, yeah, you got that. Bot lane, it's kind of close. Ashe and Ezreal level 1. I can't actually say who's better. And like Ashe has that range slow kind of thing, but it's a long cooldown.
Yeah.
Ezreal has low cooldown Qs, so that's kind of close. And then Lulu versus Leona. It's kind of close too, but I'd say Lulu. So or close. You know, I can't actually put an answer on it. I mean, it depends on the situation, but yeah. So you see what I did there? I'm basically checking like my level 1, my team's level 1 versus their team's level 1, because there's a chance. Well, I mean, there's really low chance in low elo, but in high elo, there's a chance that all 5 of them are there. So if all 5 of you go, you want to make sure that you win, like a 5v5,
Yeah.
or if the 3 of you go, you and your bot lane, and then versus Nunu and his bot lane, you want to be confident that you win in those kind of cases. So it checks out. It checks out. So I like your invade plan. You can try it. Yeah. Any other ideas for your level 1? So basically, you like to invade level 1. You like to do red buff start. So far so good. Any other plans that you have here?
For this specific game, I probably not.
Okay.
Probably just map presence.
Yeah. Well, then later. Yeah. So you can play it now. Let's see what happens, and then we can talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me if you ever want me to fast forward, pause, or
Yeah. You can fast forward now until I see like you're gonna invade. I'm guessing you're gonna invade. You told me about
yeah,
it.
I believe so.
Okay, now slow it down. So you don't have more, but you have 3, almost 4. You wait for Ashe, right? Or Ashe not coming? Oh, she's coming.
Ashe comes, I think.
Okay, this could be good. You know how to invade properly though. So ideally, all 4 of you need to be in one dot. Like if that makes sense. Right now you're in a line. You need to be a dot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like a blob, like right here.
Yeah. And then ideally, the first person is the one with the CC. But this game, you have like 3 of you with CC. So Cassante is fine. Lulu is fine. Ashe is fine. You are not fine. So you should not be in the front. I mean, you're not in the front, right? So you're fine. But yeah, the only thing is, ideally, you're in a dot. So then once you see someone, all 4 of you can hit that person, right? So right now, if you see someone, only Cassante and you can hit them. Like that's kind of, you're wasting your surprise. Like you're making like a surprise attack, right? So you're wasting the surprise if you find someone right now. Yeah.
That makes sense.
But yeah, no, that's not really up to you, right? You can't control the Ashe or Lulu, or Cassante for that matter. Like, you can't control them. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Let's see what happens. Okay. And then you confident that you'll beat them. You do. Yep. You have more people, but not only that, we already did the assessment that you beat them level 1. Okay. Yeah. So, are you looking at the map, or like you could definitely kite more than you are?
Yeah.
And you know, when you kite, you won't be that low, right? So you say you get pretty low. I can see it's because you're not kiting. Here is better. Here's better.
I think with her Q, it's like really hard to aim it for me sometimes.
I mean, it's just a straight line.
Like when I'm kiting.
Yeah, because you have to move your mouse out and then you move your cube backwards toward. Yeah. Can I see this lane? In the mid lane. So why are you trying to gank this?
Maybe to get like any like early advantage.
But it looks like it might work. But look how long you're sitting there. It's so long. And
yeah,
look
I
at
sit for a long time.
Look at where he is. Like he's getting pushed in. He's okay. It might work, but okay. I mean, that's actually.
I'm almost positive I die here to him too.
Do you really? So this is you can't do this. I mean, well, you do it, yeah. But this is wrong because oh, you're fine. Okay. Oh, you're not.
No, I think.
Oh, you got. So that's still wrong because you're wasting too much time on a gank that's not really gonna work because he's the one getting pushed in, right? So you don't really have a position on him. He still has flash too, so I mean, granted he did flash, but so did Cassante. So you didn't really do anything. You're wasting so much time right. You only have 12 CS. There's so many things you could be doing right now. You could gank bot. Bot looks better, right? They're actually pushing your. I don't know how, but they're actually pushing your guys in.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he hits me with a Q and kills me.
Yeah. But I blame you before this even happened. Like way back, even at that. You should have. If you go back, and you want to go back to before when you're sitting in that bush. Can you go back? When you're sitting in the go back. Yes, play a few times. More. I want to see when you're sitting in the bush. Press pause. Okay, yeah, press pause. Look at bot lane for a sec. That's that's more gankable than mid lane. It's not that gankable. I mean, that's more gankable. Look at top lane. That's not gankable. Okay, so can I look at mid lane again? So I mean, this is kind of gankable, but really, actually, well, if Cassante hits his Q3, it is a little more gankable. But
yeah, he gets him pretty low here. I'm pretty sure, and then I think for this specific one, I was just being lazy and.
Just go bot, right? You even told me that's what you like to do, so I'm wondering why didn't you do it this game. But I'm going to be honest, I don't think the bot gank's that easy either. Look at bot. I don't think it's that easy either. Yes, you can go behind them, but then what? I mean, you have red buff, so I like it better. Really, I don't like either. Really, what I would like you to do is just keep farming.
Full clear it.
Yeah. There's just such low percentage plays, if that makes sense. Like the chance of it working is so low, and while you're doing this, Nunu is like full clearing. I mean, I don't know what he's doing, but he's not ganking, so he's probably full clearing, right? And so he'll just get ahead of you just by doing that. Yeah, does that make sense? Yeah. All right, go ahead, play. But it kind of works out for you, like because you did kill Nunu.
Yeah, we got the kill on that, but
unfortunately you die later. Yeah, but. Can you look mid now again? Look mid again. The camera, can you move the camera and look at mid? Okay, no. So usually, you see what time is it? I can't see clearly. Is that 5 minutes? The game is 5 minutes.
It's 5 minutes.
Usually you want to do crabs before anything else. So you see the top crab? You want to do that before your wolves, before your blue, before your gromp. You want to take a look at that because That's the camp that both junglers can easily get. So you want to get it before Nunu does. So if you were doing your wolves there and then Nunu decided to just go, he would just take the crab, right? So you want to take it while you can, basically. And here it doesn't matter because he didn't take it, but yeah. Okay, look top. Why? I guess you're ganking. Look, can I see top? Oh, he's low. I think he's. I feel like these are really low percentage plays. So you're going for all these. They call it like it's not. There's if you pause it, I'll show you. Like the angle's not good. Like you're going for ganks where they're on their side of the map. Like on his like he's really close to his tower. If that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
Ideally, you because Zeri has no CC. I mean, okay, really bad CC.
Yeah.
She does
Really
good
hard
damage,
CC.
right? Zeri does good
Yeah.
damage over time. And her burst is actually not that good either. So it's like you gotta hit them with a few autos. So think about how can you hit them with a few autos. You need space. They need to be further in the lane so you have space to auto them, to hit them. If they're near the tower, you're gonna get like 1 or 2 autos off. That's not much. If that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
So stop wasting time on these kind of ganks and go for the like farm in this case, and then go for the better ganks. Like the wave will bounce later. It's not always going to be here. Usually it'll bounce. It'll get a better position. Then after you do your camps, you come back and do it like that. Because I don't play Zeri jungle, but I imagine you scale really well. So farm's pretty good. You don't have to be doing these ganks. I remember I forgot what champion you said exactly. You said like Lee Sin. What else did you play?
Silas, Vi.
Yeah, those are all great gankers. Vi less so, but Lee Sin and Silas are really good gankers. So I can see why you really like ganks, but
Yeah.
Zeri's is not quite the same. Yeah. All right, go ahead.
No, she is not. And I really think I'm typing to him
Oh, to who?
to tell
Ward?
him to. Yeah, I think I asked him, "Do you want to dive this?"
Oh. It's hard to dive Tonkic. You know why? Just because
Yeah.
he's hard to kill in general.
I'm pretty sure we kill him too.
Do you? But not worth because actually, kind of worth. Kind of worth. But actually, yeah, that's kind of.
I think I get a plating it too.
Yeah. Okay.
I get 2 platings.
Oh yeah, very worth actually. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, you're good.
And then, but they take dragon.
Okay, then less worth, but still not bad. It's just a small mistake. So when you gank, especially on Zeri, you should look at the minion waves because the minions will block your autos, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you just look at your minions, and then it's the same mirror. Like the enemy minions will be mirrored. So yeah, just a general rule. I mean, more so for Zeri because again, the minions block your auto attacks, so you really need to care about where the minions are. Okay, you guys flash. I think. Can you go back to before you gank Tom Kench? Can you go back? Okay, yeah, here's fine. Okay, so can you remind me what does Zeri ult do? I forgot.
So she has like that initial like burst of damage with her like shockwave, and then she gains like a bunch of like attack speed and movement speed, and then she has like kind of like kinetic like autos, so like they'll bounce to like other people too.
So it's her passive.
I think
it's her passive that steals the shield, right?
Say again. I'm sorry.
It's Zeri's passive that steals shields, right? Something
passive,
steals shields.
She shields herself for gain 10% movement speed for 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's okay. That's her passive. Okay, never mind. You're fine. Yeah, okay. Never mind.
I'm sorry. What was that last thing you said?
No, I said never mind. You're good.
All right.
Yes. Can you go back? I want to see that. Okay, close. I think if you just kept walking without autoing back, you would have built more space, and then possibly because he already used his dash on you, so he doesn't actually have another dash. You just keep walking. You have the Berserker Greaves. He doesn't have boots. I'm pretty sure you outrun him. You just keep walking, but you autoed back, so that stops you.
Yeah.
And then when he kills you, I'm assuming he has Triumph, and then that screws over your Cassante as well because the Triumph is on you. I guess you're typing here?
Yeah, I assume I'm typing. I was doing something.
Yeah, you're not kiting. Yeah, I assume so.
I guess this is kind of like a pretty bad game to base like.
What do you mean?
Like coaching off of, just because like.
Well.
In like a ranked game, I'd probably focusing like more objectives than just constantly ganking and farming.
I mean,
I'm 0-3 on objectives this game so far. I don't remember how the rest of the game plays out, but.
I didn't really see any opportunities for you to take them because you're always so low. That's kind of your weakness. You're just always so low that you can't really take an objective.
And I mean, obviously, I wouldn't play Zeri jungle in a ranked game. It's pretty troll, but.
Yeah. I mean, I can see her working in silver fine. I mean, you said there's like a streamer who did it in plat. I could see it, but yeah, definitely don't recommend it. Very nice.
Hopkins got upset, I guess.
Is Kraken Zeri's item? I don't actually know. Like 80 carry Zeri. Does she actually go?
I think it's shield bow.
I would have thought so as well.
But I saw that dude building Kraken, so I was like, I'm just gonna follow it to a T.
Okay.
He's got to be doing something right.
Kind of makes sense.
And I know
jungle.
I know
has
like
less...
Plat's not really like high elo, but it's still crazy that the dude had like an 85% or 88% win rate through like 35 games just playing Zeri jungle.
Yeah. I mean, it does depend what's his actual rank though. Like.
Yeah, I think he was Grandmaster. You said.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. So I mean, it really. I don't. If he does it in Grandmaster, then I would be impressed. So actually, you're already noticing a problem with your build this game is you don't really do damage to tanks right now, at least. So it looks like you're building.
I think I'm building
Phantom Dancer, or what are you building there?
No, I'm building Runins.
Runins? Okay.
Yeah, and then I think I build Bork afterwards.
Okay.
I should.
I would have done Bork first. I don't see what Runin's second does. I mean, I'm guessing you're following his build, but I can't. What does Runin's do? It doesn't.
I think it just makes it easier to clear.
I
Farm.
don't think it's clearing, because clearing is not a problem right now. I mean, once you get to this point in the game, like clearing is not a problem for most junglers. Like, I don't think Runes is a bad item, but I think Blade.
In this case, it's probably not the best.
Or I think it's fine as a third. Like Blade into Runes is probably better than Runes into Blade. Yeah, small thing, but yeah. I mean, but you're doing like pretty fine. Like, haven't really noticed big mistakes from you, I would say. Is he bot? Okay.
I think I die. Yeah, I get smoked.
Yep. Let me think. I mean, okay. Okay, go back. Let me look at that. Yeah, normally I look at that. You're so ahead that it doesn't really matter. But let me go back again. Go back again. Okay.
I get we see her on vision and just. And I'm cute with this dude, so you know he's going, and I gotta go, man.
Okay, I see. I see.
It's why it's like such a bad game to like showcase.
Oh, yeah. I mean, normally I would say you should respect that Nunu's off the map right now.
Yeah.
You know, but like I kind of see it like. Yeah. It's not. It's not really that bad. I'll say.
And I guess I went back and just bought Bork and Runins.
Okay, well that's fine. Like the game's pretty. In my opinion, the game's pretty much over here. Because gold wise it's not. Gold wise it's not, but they don't really have any tools to lock you down other than Leona.
Yeah.
And your build's really good against them because they're mostly melee, so your Runin's Bork just hits all of them. And your team has Peel in the Cassante and Lulu, so it's a really good Zeri game. This one's actually like comp wise for like against their comp you're good, and your comp actually like helps you really well. Like again, even Mord actually does things for you, like because the enemy team has like, I would say the biggest threat to you is probably just like a Yasuo. He's not even that threatening to you, honestly. And then if Mord just ults Yasuo, then you clean the rest of the team up. So there's not much to stop you in this game. Yeah, you're fed. The game's over. I mean, so regardless of what jungler you're playing, I usually stop the review at 20 minutes anyways. Like, you know, any jungler. But I leave it up to you. Like, if you want me to look at something, I can. The game right now.
I think I'm pretty sure I just like.
You just like yeah, because they can't really lock you down other than Leona. Which even if she hits, their team is really low damage. Their team is Yasuo, Ezreal. That's their damage. Ezreal went double Sheen item, which it doesn't work. So he's actually wasted he wasted a lot of gold just having 2 Sheen items. And then Yasuo, like I said, you have a lot of ways to deal with Yasuo. Even if you don't deal with him yourself, if you somehow get Leona ulted or Yasuo knocked up, Lulu just ults you. Similarly, Cassante can peel you. And similarly, Mord can just ult Yasuo away. So it just based off of comp now, like there's not much. Like I mean, it's low elo, so anything can happen technically. But you seem competent enough on Zeri that it shouldn't happen. Yeah. So I see you winning, even though right now you're 2k up, 1 dragon down. I mean, that's kind of a close game still in many games, but because of comps, there's no there's no real chance, I would say, for the enemy. Yeah. So as for tips for you, I mean, I didn't really have too many. I'm sorry if I didn't give you that many. You I told you about the early pathing. Like I gave you the options of what you should be thinking. You didn't even gank bot, I think, right? You said you would, but
No, I didn't. I sat mid.
Which I got surprised because bot lane was looking better than mid lane to gank. Your mid lane gank was probably the biggest mistake this game, I would say. I mean, all you did was you stood there. I don't know. It looked so long. Like I never stand there that long to gank.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Yeah, and then wasn't even a winning play. All you did was get Yasuo's flash for Cassante's flash. So technically, that's a losing play because, well, that's an even play. But the losing play was because you wasted so much time just to get an even play, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I don't really count the Nunu play as a good thing. Like you kill Nunu. I count that as Nunu playing poorly. Yeah. It's not you doing anything good. It's Nunu being bad. So I don't really count those. But I mean, they worked out for you. But then you die too. Again, I don't really count that either. You die. I don't really count that as like a bad play as well. Both of those things I don't really count. So. The thing I counted was that you waited there for so long. That's bad. And the dive was pretty good. I'll be honest. The dive, it did cost you a dragon, but
on top lane.
Yeah. But overall, I'd still say pretty good. The main reason it was pretty good is I forgot who got the kill. I think it was you. It could have been more that got. No, I'm pretty sure it was you. I think you got.
No, I got the kill. He died, and then I.
Okay, because I imagine the weakness of Zeri jungle is. Her early is actually really trash. So any gold trading you can get, like if you can kill the enemy and they kill you, that's worth it for you because you need your gold, you need your items. Once you get your items, then you're unstoppable. Like right now, you're unstoppable. So you need to get to this point, and so that's what I'm saying. So even though it's a 1-for-1, actually it's not even a 1-for-1. It's Tom Kench gets a kill, you get a kill, right? Already that's a win for you. Gold is better on you, and then you get the plates, and not only the plates. Tom Kench loses the minions, so that's why it's really good for you. The only bad thing is, right, they get the dragon. So yeah, because you spent so much time top, that they get the dragon. But like I said, I think it's actually pretty good just because you get gold. So those really snowballed you in order to get to the point you're at. Remember, you got the first blood on the invade, you got the kill on the Nunu, you got the kill on the Tom Kench, and you got the plates. So I would say all that already snowballed you, but. If we think about a game where that doesn't happen, then I imagine the Zeri jungle game gets pretty rough if you don't get any kills like on your early path. Because I imagine have you ever full cleared on Zeri before?
I've only played her in the jungle like 10 to 12 times.
Yeah. In those times, have you ever full cleared?
Like without ganking?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, yeah, but I imagine her full clear is kind of slow, or I imagine it's even, it might even, no, it's probably possible. Is it yeah, it's possible, but I imagine it's slow and you get low. So against real junglers that might want to invade you, you'll have a really rough time in that early game if you don't get any, if you don't see any ganks that you can get off, right? So this game, that's why I said top lane was your best bet because Cassante is supposed to be bullying Yasuo, which he was. So you saw how hard it is to gank Yasuo. Your bot lane is supposed to push in their bot lane, which they weren't, but they were supposed to. So that's why you shouldn't be able to get a gank off bot. So the only place you could get a gank off was top, which is why I recommended you do your 3 camps and you try to gank top. If the top camp doesn't work out, you at least regen your health with the red buff during that time, and then you can finish your clear and things like that. You can actually even invade as Zeri. Like you said, you do sometimes, right? So with the red buff, when you go top, you can also, if Nunu started blue, which he did, there's a decent chance you outplay him at his red buff just because you kind of kite him and you have red buff. He doesn't have red buff, so and not only that. You have prio mid lane because Cassante is supposed to be pushing Yasuo in, so Cassante can help you on that red buff. And ideally, you have prio top because you plan to gank top, right? So you either kill top in that situation or Tom Kench is at his tower, so you can't kill him, but you have prio. So like either way, you'll have a really good chance to invade Nunu on red. So like things like that could work out for you as well. Yeah, so I think I haven't seen your other Zeri games, but I think I don't want to offend you, but I think you got pretty lucky on some of these things, because your actual jungle plan wasn't too good in the early game. Basically, the wasted time. If Nunu didn't die there, I think he could do a lot. Like I don't think the Nunu did. Is that 6 kills on him right there, or is that 0?
Yeah, he's 6-5-0.
Oh, okay. He actually did a lot. So, if he just full cleared, or he didn't, I'm pretty sure he took a tower shot or something. That's how he died to you.
Yeah.
If he just didn't take the tower shot, like he backed out, you're kind of screwed actually. You're 1-0-0, right? You have that 1 kill from the level 1. Nunu just backs out. You're really low because he almost killed you actually, right? You're really low.
Yes.
What are you gonna do? You have no options. You have to recall. What's gonna happen when you recall? Nunu, if he's good, he knows that you did your red camps. He knows you did red Raptors or red Krugs Raptors because he can count. You had 12 CS, right? You had 12 CS. You had red buff. You ganked the Yasuo from bot side. If he's good, he doesn't have to be, gold players can track that. That he knows what camps you took. He'll take your whole blue side. He can leave a ward there or something. So after you recall and you come back to blue, he'll see you there, and then he'll track you for the rest of the game. And then you can't take any camps. He can double skull you. He can do whatever he wants. So against the more competent jungler, I would say your mistake would have cost you much more than it did. So what I'm saying is like really good game from you, but at the same time, I'll give you some tips, like in case the game doesn't go your way, what do you need to think about? So like the gank mid, what it costs you is all that time that you're giving Nunu to farm more than you, and then if the gank doesn't work, which it didn't, he gets way more control on you, right? Because he every time you gank, here's another idea. Even if he doesn't gank you, like every time you gank, the enemy jungler and the whole enemy team, but like mostly we're thinking about the enemy jungler. They can see you, and if they're good, they can deduce your path. Like what I said, like he can deduce that you did your 3 camps red, and with that knowledge. Good junglers. I don't think this will happen in silver. So keep playing Zeri, and she's fine. She looks fine to me, honestly. But I can see she has a lot of weaknesses. So like a good jungler would be able to track you and punish you with that. Whether it be they might invade you, or they'll just like they know where you're gonna go, so they'll counter gank you, or they'll at least ward where you're gonna go. And if they ever spot you, like on a ward, you'll be hard punished because they know everything about you. Once they spot you, they have already spotted you on the gank, and like kind of like when you gank top, he did dragon, right? Because he knows you're top, right? It's kind of like that. But the higher you go, the more that enemy junglers can like guess where you are. Like not just it's really obvious when you're top that he can take dragon. That's obvious tracking, but there's like way more subtle things that people can track. And then but I actually think Zeri probably works better if you kite more. You just need to kite more because the problem I see with her is that your HP is too low, so a lot of plays you're doing are quite dangerous. But if you kite more, I don't play Zeri jungle, but I think if you kite more and you're healthier, then maybe she'll work out in higher elos. I think. But other than that, so like I said, once you get your gold, right, so that's why I said diving Tom Critch was really good for you. Once you get your gold, she's looking pretty good. You can. I don't.
You're just an ADC.
I didn't really see a way for you to be in trouble, if that makes sense. Like I didn't really see a way for the enemy to like shut you down once you got all that gold. So the real trouble is actually getting that gold in a reliable way, in my opinion, from what I can see. I kind of like your style is you're kind of doing like high risk, high reward plays. I would think you're or what do you call it? Like you're really focused on these ganks or dives or things like that, or invades, right? These are all really high risk, high reward plays. Because I imagine if you don't do these, Zeri jungle's not going to really work. I imagine, if you just play like a standard jungler, I don't think like you play Silas jungle. It's similar to Silas jungle. Silas jungle cannot full clear very well, so it's kind of like that. Yeah.